Hi, today I'm going to show you how I'm winterizing my RV and why I chose to do it this way. And as a bonus, I'm going to give you 3 other ways I could have winterized a travel trailer.
Of course, I got the black and the gray tanks emptied. I already did that, and then I've got that capped, the sewer. So the plug is out. It's here. Goes right there. You know, so you can get the water, you can drain it, and then that's like I forgot what it is, a pressure thing. So just make sure everything's empty, because you put the water lines in bypass while you winterize, so you don't get any antifreeze in your hot water heater, because I guess that can kind of ruin it. So I'm going to lift this up. All right, so I lifted it up. Yep, it's in bypass.
If I sound out of breath and tired and repeat myself, it's because I'm still recovering from leukemia and a stem cell transplant. I still have chemo brain. All right, let's get into this.
So I just took that little inlet line off by the freshwater tank drain, and it looks like it's pumping the antifreeze up there. Pardon the mess here. Ouch. So underneath this bench here is the water pump, and so it pumps from there this way, so there's nothing to tap into there, but this little blue piece will, I think, lift up and out, and then you can put some sort of a threaded elbow on there. Maybe I'll put a picture there. So yeah, so we're gonna winterize this puppy. So there's the hot water, the high point. Get the water pump on, and we'll wait for it. We want to get a couple pints of antifreeze out, so hopefully it'll turn pink. Yeah, that's pink. So we're going to turn that off. We'll turn on the cold. I'm not really sure if you have to do all the hot. I just think you do the high point. So that's pushing antifreeze out. I'll turn that off, see how much antifreeze is down there. So hopefully I won't get you too dizzy here. Let's see what we got left. We want 2 pints out of each of those faucets. I'm gonna run a little bit more. I think there's some air in the line, but let's see what happens. So what happened was the hose inside the antifreeze container pushed up. So now it's at the bottom of the antifreeze jar, so we should see antifreeze. There we go. That's it. We want about a pint or 2, a couple pints. That's good. Double check that. That's good. We'll get that off. Now we'll go outside and we'll just take a look to see how much is left. I got 5 gallons. Usually you can use 2 or 3 gallons to do this, I think. So this fitting right here was right on here at the bottom of the freshwater tank. That's the drain for the freshwater tank. So then it just went down in the antifreeze here. And what happened was this hose went down here and was curled up halfway. So I pushed it back down to get the rest of that antifreeze out. So this is my first time ever doing this, because we've always stored the RV for the last, what, I don't know if we had this like 8 years? I forget. But anyhow, the place we stored it at, they're the ones that always winterized it. So I've never had to winterize a camper before until now. All right, I'll pull this out. I'll save that little bit that's in there for the P-trap. We'll get a new one under there. I am gonna get a new cell phone, guys. This thing is breaking and it's shaky. I'm gonna get Michelle's old one, which will be good enough, and then she'll, so just see this down here. See the tip down at the bottom? Well, it's close enough. All right, so I think what we'll do is just empty out what I have here. Yep, it's pink. And then we'll go back inside and we'll get the bathroom sink Some grunting on the way in. That's how I roll. All right, here we come, bathroom. And then hot water. All right, let's see what happens. The light on. Is that pink? Oh, gotta get the pump on. Forgot the pump, guys. Let's see. All right, sputtering, getting the air out. Always some air. That looks pink. Yeah, that's pink. That's about 2 pints. It's a little cold. Switch that over to cold. There we go. Oh, that's a couple pints. Let's get you off. All right, we'll do the toilet last. So we've got this shower head up here, and I actually took that off right here and drained it, so I'm not worried about this. I don't think this has to even be flushed. So we'll get these faucets here. Okay, now the question is, can I get this out without... Yep. So I'm doing this in real time as I'm doing this and kind of figuring it out as I go. So we'll get the hot, that's red, that's hot. Yep, let's get the pump on actually. I keep forgetting that, don't I? Getting pinker. Alright, let's get the cold. Should get pink. Maybe we're out of antifreeze. Let's get it off. I'm probably using more antifreeze than I need to. Let's go check. Flies are out, otherwise I wouldn't worry about that door. I just keep it open. Yep, we'll change it to this guy right here. I went inside to get this little guy. Lights up, or somewhere. Yep, because there was a wasp around here, so I was allergic to wasps. Like, life-threatening. I go to the ER and kind of teeter on the edge for a while. Last time it took 2 EpiPens, prednisone and diphenhydramine, and they were just letting me sit there to see where I would bottom out or not, and I came out of it. So they told me after the stem cell transplant that I may not be allergic to them anymore. But we don't want to find out, if you know what I mean. So let's get this out. I'm so sorry, guys. Once I get Michelle, we'll use that for the pee trap. That makes sense. Ouch. Oh, there he is. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, oh, oh my gosh. They're all over. Oh. I could have a wasps under there. Oh, that's a ladybug, that one. Or Asian beetle or something. Let's get this off and see if I can do this. Probably a better way to do that. All right, let's see what we can do here. We'll try to get that down to the bottom. There, it's on the bottom. And we'll go back in. Try not to get bit by the wasps. I got a full one. I say, whew, flies, yeah. I say it's better to have too much antifreeze than not enough running through. Get them on sale for like $2.99 at Menards. Cold. That's pink. Okay, I think we're hitting a couple pints. Double check that. Couple pints. I think we're good there. Toilet up. I'm thinking that's good. So you want to keep antifreeze in the toilet so the seal doesn't dry out. So I think I'm going to let that drop. And then I'm going to pour some antifreeze in there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. When I did the toilet, I put in a fourth one, a full one. So I'm using more than I need to. But again, I'm not worried about $5, $10 extra to make this simple. So we want to do the P-traps. While I'm passing this one, I will get some in there, more than I need. That should flush that P-trap so it don't crack. We are in Wisconsin. All right. So we don't get evaporation. Let's see what we got going here. We'll get a whole bunch in there. We'll flush that P-trap out. Yeah. We'll get this out of here. And, oopsie. Oh, it's beautiful out there. There's a little bit left. We'll pour that in. Yep. So it took about 3 1/4 antifreezes to do this, where some can do between 2 and 3. And so I guess I just let this pour out, I'm assuming. So there's still a little bit of antifreeze in there not coming out. I don't know, do we release some air in there? Does that do anything? That's what that looks like, by the way. You pour the fresh water in here. That must be an air release, I suspect, when you displace, or you put water in, you're displacing air. It's got to come out, maybe? Sure. Sounds good. Let's try it. See that? Let's see if we can get that to come out. There it's coming out little by little. Little by little it's coming out. Get that out and then put that back. Dump the rest of it out. Come over and I think we'll empty the freshwater drain and just see if anything comes out. What the heck? That's water. It should be antifreeze. Maybe that's residual. All right, guys, so I'm going to show you the other side of the camper here. And to come over here, there's an outdoor shower right over here. And here. Oh, gnats. And I put the, has a special little water attachment there, cold and hot. And there's nothing in there, so I'm not going to worry about flushing that. But that's the city water connection, which goes into the hose here, and we have a filter in the summer, so that's all off. And then it's also got this little vacuum component that plugs in there, so you can't get it, the water backing up into the plumbing system of the campground. So I'm going to lift this up. All right, so I lifted it up. It's in bypass, I can't get there. So here's a cold and a hot drain. Let's see if I can put this bench on my head and pull these up. All right, time to pull that out. Well, let's see if I can get it out. There. All right, so we're gonna close the drain. That's closed, and then we're gonna take the fresh water hose and put it back on there. Slide it all the way up, and we'll screw that on. Yep, we'll screw that on tight. So where the city water connection is, you can use one of these guys. Let's see if we can get back, and you can hand pump it through the system, but I chose not to do that. Some will do that. And if you can't figure out how to antifreeze the place, you can always just put antifreeze in the freshwater tank and pump it through that way. There's just a lot more work to rinse it out when you're done. So of course we did it underneath, but you can also do it by the pump as well. Or some people, what they'll do is coming along, I forgot about this, but you can read, there's forums on people do it all kinds of ways. But what some people will do is there's a attachment that you can hook up to the city water connection to blow compressed air through there. But the attachment is such that it doesn't allow you to go over a certain PSI. Is it PSI? Pressure, so you don't blow your pipes out. But yeah, let's go inside and I'll show you that. Here's the part, there's an attachment. You can buy the whole thing, but that goes on the air compressor. This part here to the right, that screws where my thumb is on, that screws onto the city water. Then that goes on the air compressor. There's a fitting you can get, or you can buy it with a fitting. I didn't. And this is what would go on the pump. If we were able to tap into there for our antifreeze. So you attach this three-way valve, so the antifreeze goes in here, and then this goes to the, you have this flipped up, and then the antifreeze will pump through, and then when you're done, you just put this, cap on there, and then you have better do it. But with my water pump, it's just too finicky. You have to buy a special attachment and work with it. It was just easier the way we did it. Got the slide all in. I had to clean above the slide before I pushed it in, of course. It got pretty dirty. But we'll wait to rake because all that oak, all those leaves are gonna fall.
By the way, if you're enjoying our video, please feel free to subscribe for more. And it would also help us out if you gave us a like. Really appreciate it.
And if you kind of swing around here, give you the view out the back. Some color starting. Just gorgeous.
Thanks for watching our RV winterizing video, and I'll link a playlist of some of our RV renovation in the description box, and also I'll put a link at the end of this video.
Just beautiful.